In this video, we will use the demo site to show what the CalFresh application is like. There are 3 steps to the CalFresh application process. The first step is the application, the second is submitting the required verifications, and the third is a phone interview to ensure your worker has the needed information to process your application. For zip code, input the zip code of the address you live in right now. Select the language you want your application to be in. Input your legal name as it shows up on your identification documents. There's also an option to input your preferred first name. This question is about household size. For CalFresh, the definition of household is about who you usually buy and make the majority of your food with. Don't include roommates unless you buy and make more than half of your meals together. Applicants under age 22 will need to add their parents in their application if they still live together. If you have applied in the past year or so, select yes. If you haven't, then select no. Now, there will be a series of questions to determine your CalFresh eligibility. The first is about receiving supplemental security income. The next question is about age and disability benefits. Please note, this question is asking if you are receiving state or federal disability benefits. The next question is about citizenship. To be eligible for CalFresh, you must be a citizen or legal permanent resident. It should be noted that getting CalFresh will not affect your immigration status. If you have questions, please book an appointment with a CalFresh ambassador or visit the CalFresh Guide for Immigrants listed on this screen. The following question is about college students. Only answer yes if you or anyone on the application is enrolled half-time or more, which is 6 or more units at Berkeley. Students have special requirements. For this question, mark all that apply. If none are true, then you can select none of the above. If you do not meet these special requirements, you may still be eligible. You will need to meet the income limits, but will not be asked to verify your student status. There is additional special eligibility criteria you must meet to qualify as a student. You must qualify under at least one of the following. If you failed at a FAFSA and have an EFC of 0, are eligible or awarded work study, though not required to have a work study job, have a child 12 years of age or younger, are receiving Cal Grant A or B, are working on average 20 hours or more per week, or are part of local programs that increase employability, or LPI. If you have questions on what programs are part of LPI, please visit the link to see the list. If you live on-campus housing, you'll be prompted to report whether you receive a meal plan or not. As a reminder, students who are in a meal plan that provides 11 or more meals, including some co-op meal plans, may make you ineligible for CalFresh. However, you still have the right to apply. Another reminder, if you are under 22 and live with your parents, you'll need to include them in your application. The last question in this section is about whether anyone in the application is a seasonal or migrant farm worker. Please note that this question is here to see if you qualify for emergency benefits. Your answer will not affect your benefit amount. Next, you will need to provide information on your income from the past 30 days. In this question, report if you have a job. Please note that work-study jobs should not be included as they are considered financial aid. This question asks if in the past 30 days you received income from freelance, independent contractor, or self-employment work. It is recommended that you select yes if you think someone in your application is self-employed, and go over the details with your worker during your interview. In this question, report if you have lost a job in the past 30 days. You can include information about summer jobs and internships in this section. In this section, report how many jobs you have. For this part of the application, select what's the best way to report how much you've earned in the past 30 days. Note that you'll report your total pay before taxes and deductions were taken out. In this question, report whether you expect your income will be less in the next 30 days. If so, you can report how much you expect to make in the next 30 days. There is also an optional space to explain your situation to your worker. Report whether you've received money from unemployment benefits in the past 30 days, even if the benefits have stopped. Now report if you received money from other sources. This includes consistent monthly cash from family or friends. You will be asked to provide documentation for this when you upload your income sources. Select whether you pay for court-ordered child support or not. Review the information you reported about your income. If it doesn't look right, you can go back and change it. Next, you may report your expenses. Report how much you pay for rent or mortgage every month. If you live with roommates who aren't applying with you, only include how much you pay. If the university pays for your housing, please visit your Cal Central portal and enter how much rent is, even if it may be covered by financial aid. Select what utilities you pay for. In this question, report if you pay for dependent or child care. Now review what you've reported for your expenses. If something is wrong, you can go back and change it. You will be asked about how much money you have in the bank. Please note that this question is here to see if you qualify for emergency benefits. Your answer will not affect your benefit amount. Please include your personal information, such as your name, birthday, gender, and social security number. We strongly recommend that you include your social security number as it is used by the CalFresh office to make sure your application is not confused with anyone else's. Make sure to input your number correctly, as the county will follow up on your application with a phone interview. Also, include your email and preferred language. Select your current living situation. Type in UC Berkeley. Input your current address. If you live in an apartment, please list your apartment unit number. Make sure that this is correct, as the county will send notices about your application as well as your EBT card if you are approved through the mail. If you can't receive mail safely at your current address, you can choose to have your mail sent to another address. If you are unhoused or couch surfing and don't have a place to receive mail, you can ask the county to hold your notices. Note, you will need to visit the office in person to pick up these notices. Let the county know what your time preferences are for a phone interview with your worker. Keep in mind that there is no guarantee they will call during your time preferences. We recommend that you keep attentive to phone calls for the next few weeks. You can expect to get a call from an unknown or blocked number. You can select either option or both. Please note that these are reminders from the Get CalFresh website, not from the county. This question asks if you want to designate someone to help with your CalFresh application or benefits. Your EBT card would be accessible to this person without your presence. If you'd like to share anything else about your situation with your worker, you can use this optional space. Please read and sign this section. Note that you are indicating that you are answering all of these questions to the best of your ability. The second step of the application is to submit verification documents. Depending on your specific application, the documents you are required to submit will slightly differ. Other documents you'll need to submit include the following: a copy of your ID and anyone else's in the application, a pay stub from the last 30 days if you are working, and proof of housing expenses. For instance, you can include the lease agreement page that shows your name and how much rent is, or you can include a screenshot of a transactional labeled rent that shows how much you pay for rent. Typically, if you applied as a student, you will need to submit the following: a copy of your class schedule and your financial aid award letter. Please submit your verification documents as soon as possible to prevent any delays in your application. In about 10 to 15 business days of your initial application, the county may call you to conduct a phone interview. Please be on the lookout for a call. Note that there may be delays during busy times, like at the beginning of the semester. Note, because of the public health emergency, some interviews may be waived if you submitted all necessary documents and if the caseworker does not have any follow-up questions. In case you missed your interview, you would need to reschedule your phone interview or your application could be denied. Within 2 to 3 weeks, we encourage you to check your case status using the Alameda County CAR system or the My Benefits Calwin website. The county has 30 days to approve or deny your application. If your application is approved, you will receive an EBT and PIN in the mail. For additional assistance, please visit our website or book an appointment to speak with a CalFresh ambassador. Thank you for joining us.